back, everyone, to George James and Associates Research Tools channel. I thought that I might share briefly with you all something that I stumbled upon. I was invited to participate in this opportunity late last year. I didn't get around to starting it until January 1st of this year, or maybe the 2nd. I think I took the 1st off. But anyway, I've been working the last 2 months, January and February, on it, last 2.5 months on it part-time. And this month in March, I am doing this pretty much full-time to take advantage of this opportunity before it ends. I don't know if they're going to extend. Well, let me back up a little bit and explain what this is. So Uversity is a subsidiary of Chegg. I know that Chegg has a somewhat clouded reputation because a lot of students have used Chegg to cheat. Uversity is different, and it's different because instructors are uploading content to the courses that they teach in the form of supplemental learning guides. And so I am among those instructors that were invited to do this. And as you can see from the top of my screen, it pays pretty well. So again, today is March 17th, and this number, the $42,825, is my year to date of what I've earned doing Uversity in the form of uploads for my courses. And that includes as you can see over here, a 50% bonus. And that 50% bonus is set to expire at the end of this month. And so for that reason, there's 2 weeks left until that expiration. They may extend it or they may not. So I'm assuming that they're not going to extend it. And so what I wanted to do today is to just walk through a little bit of Uversity, how it works. And this, to be perfectly honest, this has essentially pulled me out of consumer debt and has sort of allowed me to catch up, and for my family to catch up financially to my peers, pretty much single-handedly just from doing this. And this number is going to increase probably by about another 10 to 15,000 or close to that each week for the next 2 weeks until the 31st, because I'm going to definitely upload everything that I have that I've been working on. And so what I wanted to do really quickly is just address the cheating reputation, the clouded reputation that I mentioned earlier. So technically, as an instructor, you can upload content, the exact same assignments that you then use to evaluate your students. I do not do that because I don't believe in cheating. So what I've done, rather than just uploading content that was already canned and pre-done, I created brand new content, all brand new content for the Uversity upload system. And so all my content is new. It is not the same content, not the same assignments. I mean, it is related, right? Because there's only so many ways you can explain essentially the same material. But the exercises are different, the assignments are different. And so what I have done is I've ensured that in my classes, students cannot go into their Uversity portal and just copy answers over. So I have made it impossible for them to do that for my classes. Now, I urge everyone who does this to do the same thing, because again, I don't think cheating is cool, but I'm not your keeper. And Uversity isn't either. And so if you upload the exact same content so that your students can cheat, that's on you. You're probably going to run into problems with your university if you do that. But if you create all brand new content, right, that your university doesn't own the copyright on, assuming that they own any copyright whatsoever, that is the best foot forward, in my opinion. And it prevents any sort of cheating, while what it does do is it gives your students extra practice. Again, it's in the form of study guides. They get extra detailed information, examples, things of that nature, different ways of learning the same material. So I think it's a great system, but it can be abused just like anything else. So I again discourage you as an instructor, from instructor to instructor, to not allow cheating in any way. But again, I'm not your dad. So anyway, with that out of the way, let me really quickly go over this. I know that I blurred out both my name as well as the individual courses here, but I do have 10 courses. 10 is the maximum that you can do at this time. And really quickly, let me go through the detail and requirements. So there are 6. The syllabi doesn't count. Syllabus is essentially free. You don't get paid on that. But then there are lab assignments, case studies, practice quizzes, lecture notes, study guides, practice exams. So there are 6 different assignment types. And you can see here that you get $375 for each practice exam, up to 4 per course for 10 courses. So that is 40 practice exams at $375 an exam. And then you can click here to see what the requirements are. Most of these are just a 1-page / 1 slide if you use PowerPoint, which I do. So 1 slide or 1 page minimum length. So think about it this way. If you did practice exams, 1 slide. For each exam, you have 1 slide. That is the cover page, the cover slide, which doesn't take very much time to do. You also have the questions on 1 slide, and then the answers on the answer key on the 3rd slide. So 3 slides, right, or 12 slides, when you count 4 per course, that comes out times 10 to 120 slides. So for 120 slides, you would get, essentially in this case, get $3,750. There we go. And so the same thing here with study guides, 4 per course, $375 per study guide, up to 4 per courses. Now this price is each, so it would be $375 times 4. And then if you did that for all 10 courses that you teach, or that you can teach, you don't even have to technically teach the course. You just have to be attached to the university as an instructor, as an adjunct. I think you could probably also get away with doing it as a teaching assistant. But anyway, they need to verify that you are with the university, which is done by you giving them your university email address. So if you teach at Arizona State, for instance, it would have to be like your name at AZ State or whatever the Arizona State, whatever their email address is. I have no idea. .edu. So you need an edu address from your school, and then you can get verified that way, and then you can log into your dashboard, which is what this is grayed out currently in the background, and then you can get started. Lecture notes, $120 per, practice quizzes, $75 per, case studies, $120 per, and lab assignments, $120 per. And you can see here, lecture notes are the most numerous. You can do 15 of these, 10 lab assignments, and so on. And the syllabus is just, you just upload the syllabus that you use, or you modify it. So these are with the 50% bonus, as you can see. Even after this is over, after the end of the month, you're still getting paid a decent amount, just not a ridiculous amount. Now, when you add all this up, if you do all of these things for 10 courses, that comes out to $67,500. Which, if you work really hard, you can get it done in 2 weeks. You could do all this in 10 weeks. Keep in mind as well that if you upload all of the assignments, and let's say you didn't do a very good job the first time and they ask you to redo some of them, if you upload what you uploaded before the 31st, before this deadline right here, they will still honor and pay you even after you correct it. So if you upload everything before March 31st, and let's say you had to correct half of it, you would still get paid the full $67,500 once you, and they pay you as you go along. It's not an all or nothing type of thing. But anything you upload before March 31st, assuming it eventually gets approved, then you will be paid the full amount, including the 50% bonus. Anything uploaded after March 31st, though, you will be paid at the lower rate. Now, from what I'm able to tell, what they do is you have to go in here and put in your payment information. You need either a PayPal account or a Venmo account. I use Venmo. And so what they do is every Monday night, it's usually around midnight Pacific time, maybe 11 p.m. Pacific time, what they will do is they will send out money on everything that is pending payment. So what happens is you upload content, it will then show that it's pending approval, and then once it's been approved, then it will pend payment. So it'll say payment pending. And then once they've actually sent the money via Venmo for that specific upload, then it will move to paid, and each one has a little tag on the next part. So I'll give you an example here. So let me see. Is this one a good one? This one is not. Well, one of these days I'm going to find one of these that has, oh yeah, here we go. So this one is pending review because it hasn't been reviewed yet. These are all paid, and then here at the bottom, you have some that are pending payment. So the ones that say paid, they've already sent me the money via Venmo, and that's part of the 45,000, whatever it is that I've made so far. And then the pending payment, these, they're going to send me the money on all of these uh, Monday night. And then the one that's pending approval, they still need to approve it. Or pending review. Sorry, pending review. So that is essentially a broad overview of the process. Now, one thing that I would like for you to consider, if you are interested in doing this, is I have a referral code. You can see that it's right here. So 8ZKJBH, I'm assuming it's case sensitive. I'm going to put it in the description below. So whenever you go to log in to sign up for this, if you could please use this referral code. If you do that, they will give me $250 and they'll also give you $250. And you can do up to 10. So up to 10 of you can do this with me. It's going to mean an extra $2,500 for me, which isn't bad. I mean, it's nowhere near the money that I'm making for doing this, but it's a nice bonus. And all of you hopefully will then be able to refer other people, and then you can eventually get your $2,500 as well. So that's kind of the incentive for me to do the video. But I did want to bring this to everyone's attention because if you are, like I said, in any way affiliated with a university in a teaching capacity, you should take advantage of this. And again, to ensure that there's no run-ins with your school, you want to make sure that all the content you're creating is fresh content. You're not using it, at least you haven't so far, you haven't used that content in the course. It's completely separate. It's a supplemental learning guide. So it's not the primary content that you already use in your classes. It should be separate content. I'm not a patent attorney, but the advice that I've been given by one is that you should keep the two separate. So they are related because the subject matter is related. But if it's different enough, if it's different questions, for instance, on the practice exams that you're going to do for this, the practice exam should be different from the actual questions on your final exam that you actually use for the course. So if they're different questions, the questions are reworded, they're not the same thing. Also make sure that you're not using, when you use a textbook, for instance, it's okay to pull the content out of the textbook, reword it, elaborate on it, etc., but you don't want to just copy from the textbook either, because then, right, then you'd be opening yourself up to copyright issues as well. So you just want to make sure that the content is your own, it's created by you, it's your own content, and that you are uploading it, and it is not the same content that you were already teaching in your courses you're already using there, and it's not content that is copied directly from the textbook that you use. So that's my advice. This is an excellent opportunity. I will make a follow-up video, a very brief follow-up video in a week or so, and this number will be easily over 50,000, just so you can see the difference, right? Today is March 17th, 2022. It's 11:15 p.m. Pacific time, and I will upload another video probably a week or so from now, and you'll see the difference. So again, this is all from just my efforts starting 2 months ago. And I mean, a lot of people don't even make this. Maybe a lot of you that are watching this, if you're in graduate school or something, you probably don't even make this in a year. And I made this in 2 months. If I really was pressing hard, I could have made the full $67,500 probably in 1 month if I really wanted to. But again, I've only been doing this part-time. As of a couple of days ago, I switched to doing this full-time through the end of the month just to make sure that I get the full amount, the full $67,500 for the 10 courses. So that is my advice to you. I really hope that you all take advantage of this opportunity. I used a bunch of this money to, like I said, to pay off my credit card bills and things like that. So, and also to, I think I maxed out my Roth IRA already for the year. And so there's a bunch of great stuff that you can do with extra money. So if you've ever wondered to yourself, well, if you ever thought to yourself, I could make a real big difference in my financial life, but if all I needed was maybe $10,000, $20,000, I'd be in such a much better place right now. This is your opportunity to do that. And so I wanted to share this with you, and I hope you take advantage of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.